Start her off, mate. You have a bite. She's all good. Oh, need a breather, though. That's a flight of stairs I don't need to encounter ever again, I can tell you that much. So, game 4. Welcome to the West Coast Ball Connection. Ronnie Riggs is on a well-earned break. Jump ball. They conceded the jump ball immediately. I have not seen that in quite some time. I don't know whether that was a deliberate plan or not, but game 4, it is the Southern Wolves versus the Grenadiers. And the big fella wants to get inside. The Dirk Nowitzki one-legger doesn't work. Masunda now. You've got Masunda, Radcliffe, Brown, Collins. And I can't remember what our big fella's name is. I believe it might be Angus. Angustine. We will have a look. Meanwhile, it is Harry Griffiths, Matty Young, Alex Bestwick, and it will be Josh Yule and James Newitt on the floor here for the Grenadiers. Regularly meet in competition. Jump ball has been called there, but these two teams regularly meet in the south, as Ronnie can just pass me that one. Ollie Angustine, or the German Jesus as they are calling him in the circles of the Southern Wolves. So, Grenadiers to inbound here. Again, you've got Yule, Young, Newitt, Bestwick and Griffiths, and that's gone off the foot of Bestwick, who cannot believe what he's just done. And the crowd has just dissipated a little bit. We've got the Lonnie boys in here watching this one. Some of the Kings girls are just having a wee bit of a break. But we are on game 4 of game 5. It has been an interesting day of basketball. Some high-scoring games here. As Ollie sets a screen there, but nice basket there by Radcliffe. So 5-0 run to start this game here by the Wolves. And the Grenadiers, just sort of finding their way around. As Young, the birthday boy this week. Brown in the air on Griffiths, charges teammates. That'll be the foul on Brown, and Griffiths will go to the line for 2. Again, from the OBC Arena, the Thunderdome here in Ulverston. And Griffiths to the line. Misses the first there. Was one of several players booked in by Coach Stewart for a private workout this morning before Stewie completely forgot that half of his squad, in fact all of his squad bar one, would be here at State League. Are we surprised? Probably not. Nonetheless, they're all here, they're all active. So Ollie with the ball, and they're playing physical with a big guy, and they're going to need to be. There's a wide berth screen, a big screen by Brown as well. Hand off there to Masunda, who would be in heaven playing with another good big. That's a massive shot by Masunda. We've come used to that over the last 10, 15 years. Again, an NWBU champion this year, and got the Southern Wolves, or helped the Southern Wolves to a semi-final. And they went down, I do believe, in fact, to the Grenadiers in that one before the Grenadiers went down again in the granny. So Masunda again. Score is 1-7. Down to Ollie. This is big. And that's going to be an offensive foul. He dunks that. But an offensive foul. Clear call to be made there. And that's one thing I've noticed out of these Grenadiers. They are early on forcing Ollie to play very, very physical and trying to bait him into early contact. And, of course, Josh Yule, certainly not the smallest human being on the planet. It's good to see they unstitched him from his jumper to get onto the floor today for Mr. Yule, the largest arms in Tasmania. It's about a foot shorter than the great Hulkamania, but can still play. Good guard experience. His brother Sam not playing in this one. There's the fisherman. Newitt, stop, pop, lock, shot. Does not drop. And I don't think Ollie left the. I don't think he left the floor there. He comes down the floor. He's a big boy. They do not want to let him get free range. Pass to Brown inside. Finger roll up and under. Angustine, just put it down, big fella. Get that weak stuff out of here, he says. Massive chunk there. And he's just going to be having fun with this. Ronnie, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep the play-by-play to give you a rest. Matty Young tried to get that one from Clarence itself. Didn't happen. As Ronnie just continuing to have a bit of a break there. JB was allowed to have maybe half a chicken wing, but that's all right. Some of us have actually earned the break. The others are left to call the game. So we've got one two-handed wham, bam, jam, thank you, ma'am. We've had a one-handed wham, bam, jam, thank you, ma'am today. But they are the only two dunks we have seen so far. 1-9 our scoreline in favour of the Wolves, who, for a lot of people, probably didn't exactly enter the state. That's a big three by Radcliffe. Couldn't make the distance. But I think a lot of people would not have necessarily looked at this Wolves team to start State League and thought there was going to be much impact. But Angus Stein has changed that, and if that's the kind of power play you're going to move every time you come down the floor, then we can certainly see why. Fraser Payne coming into the game as a six-man. Spoke to the great man before. Griffiths for three, no good. Angus Stein with the rebound. Tommy Etchell, the coach. Jefferson St John there as well as Luke Brown goes to the basket easily. And Jeremy Hill has seen enough. 5:58, 7BU on the AM dial. But it is 1-11 the scoreline. 10-point lead early on to the Wolves. And it's going to be very interesting to see just how they go for the rest of this game. As the Kings girls make their way out. The crowd again dissipated after that game. Only one to go after this one, after a nice, impressive start to our second round of State League. And the Wolves again looking to certainly make this another high-scoring affair. Coach Jeremy Hill again still leading that Grenadiers squad. And Tommy Etchell, who was a very handy player in his own right, in his own time, coaching the Southern Wolves. So daylight saving certainly going to help this one as well. Not going to be finishing in darkness, and especially with the way our game is going, as Ronnie cracks a beer. And guzzles it down too, mind you. Nothing like turning a 12 into a 6 very, very quickly. So 4:15 here, 4:15 in the afternoon. Ronnie, keep going. If you need to keep having a break, keep having a break. Nothing's going to save this commentary now. I'm glad everyone in the crowd's going, yeah, you're right, JB. No, you're fine, yeah. But no, very solid start here by... No, you're right, mate. Keep taking the break you need. Go and stretch your legs. If you need some ice or some medical attention on that neck.
We're good. Nick's good.
Of course, if you've only just joined us, so was Ronnie after he climbed back from the 5th row from their first game today. Took a bit of a bump, but he's all good. He's still with us. Brownie in the closeout. Griffiths, he wants to sky, and that was a good bit of manoeuvrability, will be the word we use. Get round Angus Stein there. Tell you what, Ronnie's got food coming from everywhere. It's like the pie man at the footy. Just when you don't think he's got enough, he brings out more. Radcliffe now guarded by Newitt. Angus Stein rolls to the basket, catches it. Get that into you. Massive dunk once again. How do you deal with that? That's just not fair. You'd think they'd know better. Good block by Masunda. Save that. Newitt just cautious on that knee on the get-up. Let's hope he's okay. Griffiths gets a closeout by Angus Stein, who stares into his soul. Matty Young's just received a nice easy pass there at the top. He wants to go inside, takes a contact, get that out of here, he says. This is unbelievable to watch. There he comes down the floor. Masunda wanted the option, doesn't matter, takes it himself. And I tell you what, it's very rare have I seen a team with BJ Masunda on it, where he's an absolute lethal, and I've thought, probably not the guy we're worrying about tonight. Probably not the guy. I reckon he might have a little bit, but he's probably not our main concern. 15-3 our scoreline, 4.5 remaining in the first, and Young's gone down. He's saved that. He's rolling on the floor. Jump ball called. We're going the other way. Substitution. Ronnie, can I get a name on 33, please?
Chris Oldham.
It is Chris Oldham. Yes, famous for the Snapchat and Instagram stories of him shooting around at Swisher and in the Warrane Stadium. Not that he was meant to, but he was. So that's where I've last seen him. Very memorable indeed. But no, good to see Chris out there. Can play. And let's see how this works here. Trying to get Ollie up the floor, and they are bumping him hard here. They're going to got to play him hard off court. And this will be interesting. Dream shake it was not. But not a bad stop there by Yule, who seems to be laughing at this idea. And get that out of here, he says. That's not going to work. And I just think they realise, it's probably not the best idea. It's like watching high school tape of Sean Bradley, who was 7'7" at age 15. That was not an easy game to play. trying for the roll. Fraser Payne, nice up and under, can't get that to go. Rebound by Dolliver, and he was hit by Oldham. But not really a point to argue there, young sir. Mr. Dolliver's looking for that hip that he's just put all over the court. Young now to inbound, and does. So 3:45 remaining. 15-3. And again, there's just this one floating dynamic. And Walls up very nicely on that one. Chase out. I don't even know what the best defensive tactic here is at the moment, whether it's the closeout or the stare into the soul that follows it. Matty Young just couldn't get that one to fall. Rebound by Dolly, and that's a nice fight inside. Dolly's been coming along in leaps and bounds in the last 18 months. And he's still got a little way to go, but it's clear the signs are there that he can be an effective player. Oldham now to Radcliffe. Brown on the cut, and very athletic finish. Was unexpecting that. It was a nice cut, comes straight up and under on that one as well. And that's a good finish as well. 17-5 our scoreline. So Grenadiers keeping it at 12. And they're going to want to try and get a little bit more. That's a nice inside-out play. Walls up. Good D-bear by the Wolves. And substitutions now as Isaac Collins comes in. And Angerstein heads out. So we'll see a more traditional style of game from both sides here, I do feel. And again, we talk about it. The big thing in sports is the outlying matchup issue. And that one's just been dribbled off the foot there. Fraser Payne clears that. Brown gets that. Goes through Griffiths. Nice step through. Fouled and one. Jeremy Hill is not happy. And the over-under there, I mean, we're running the score at over-under 100. I think T's the line's definitely 1.5, and I don't think anyone's taking the under. So we will see how that one goes there. 2:46 remaining here in the first, 19-5. And Ronnie, I will be interested in your first quarter comments on this one. You've had a very good chance to see. So Brown at the line, of course, making the move over from Hobart. And from what I'm hearing, that's a 12-month proposition there for Brown as well. So we'll see how he goes. And again, a very nice young inclusion, but a very skilled and athletic inclusion. Just no awareness there, unfortunately, defensively. And they get bailed out there a bit, the Wolves. Collins couldn't get the rebound. Griffiths doesn't look too bad from where we are. Back iron, no good. There's Brown again. Contact twice. Just nearly ran into Josh Ewell. Fraser Payne slows down, was bumped, saves it. That skip pass, no good. Taken away by Ewell. Good to Griffiths. Again to Matty Young. Lights it up. Where's the L? There's no arrow there. He takes it away. Ewell wanted a hold. Radcliffe coming through. Doesn't matter. Backwards and forwards. Griffiths with the ball. Both sides looking at one another. Young just finally goes up and under, and we've got a score. Ball has seen the bottom of the net. Nearly had to have another induction course of how the ball goes through the net. Such had been the time it'd been. Nonetheless, we got there. 19-7. Radcliffe now. So you've got Masunda, Angerstein, Jacoby Bone as well on the bench there. Jefferson St John hasn't suited up yet. Well, best we can knew it are the subs that have been used as well for the Grenadiers. No look pass. Matty Young in the corner. Bottom of the net. Again, birthday during the week. All I got was a thank you, friend. Makes me wonder whether the social status has dropped. His age is not. I feel I'm winning in that situation. 1:15 remaining. And good defence there by Matty Young, but now they've got the outlying shot. Radcliffe with the Reggie Miller-esque leg kick on that three-pointer. That's a nice shot there. Margin back out to 12, and the Wolves have maintained that pretty consistently throughout. Dump down pass, and that's a nice finish there. It is Fletcher Rose. Again, another young player along with Dolliver and along with Griffiths. They're certainly going to be that leading core within the next 5 years of this Grenadiers side. And they are very talented indeed. As Radcliffe gets inside, wanted contact, got it, wasn't paid. As Brown fighting through, has the head whip back as Young goes up for the one-handed finger roll. That was a little anticlimactic, but the score's good. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So it's 22-14. Ronnie will join us at quarter time for special comments and his thoughts here, giving the great man a spell. Worked his backside off. We'll cover pretty much 23 games of this state league. As Isaac Collins can't make that. Rebound by Oldham, needs to go up. Floats that one there, no good. Rebound taken by Young. They've got about 8 seconds to try and get something done for the quarter. Ewell now. Is that an attempted mullet? I don't know, but it might be an attempted jumper. No, floater instead. Fighting through contact. Griffiths in the corner there, it'll count. But it is no good. So after a dominating start here by the Wolves, Angus Stein heads to the bench, Masunda heads to the bench, and the Grenadiers rally 22-14. Ronnie, you've just had a bit of a spell there. We've got you back in on the call. What did you make of that first quarter? What did you make of the use, certainly, of Angus Stein here for the Wolves, but certainly the adaptation of the Grenadiers and their ability to get back into their normal game?
I like how Grenadiers have come out with a set game plan on trying to take on Angus Stein. And, you know, he's going to have to adjust to how they play him body to body. So, but I did like the ploy, but still there's enough star power in that Southern Wolves team. You've got Masunda, Radcliffe, Brown, that can really just take the game by the scruff of the neck and step up without him, which is good. I have noticed. I think I've worked out that might be his family down there too, JB. I've worked out they kind of made a bit of a cheer and whatnot. So
Thought I got a death stare there for a moment.
No. So, look, for Grenadiers have to keep playing the way they are. Those last couple of minutes were really good. So, you know, I'm sure Coach Jeremy Hill will keep making those adjustments on the fly. Meanwhile, it's been a good coaching debut, I think, for Tommy Etchell as well too. He's got a good team around him, some good core players around him, and certainly, the youngsters are doing a good job with Brown and Payne, really, you know, doing the work there for Masunda and Radcliffe and Angustine. So, you know, they're doing a good job. Just some quick news. I can confirm, JB, that Gabe Hadley is playing for Launceston, and he will be suiting up in our final game, which I'll jump back on.
There we go. There it is.
Yep, so,
superstar player. Of course, we'll get on the call.
Yes, I did see him at the canteen earlier and said hello, so he's good. I am just going to quickly jump off headset because I need to go see Charlotte. So I'll be back.
Well, while you're gone, Ronnie, there's a $5. If you could grab me a bottle of water, that'd be handy. Thank you very much, mate. Derby's already been run, so he's not going to run down the TAB and put a winner on for me. Golden Eagle, I don't know about that either, but nonetheless. So second quarter underway. Ronnie's taken a well-earned break, and we're underway. So Dolliver now. Again, we're back to Angus Stein and Masunda. Jacoby Bones into this game as well. Bestwick now. Pop over to Rose. Needs to give back, does to Newitt. He stands out. He just wants to have a bit of a look. Feed down to Young. Fading away. Short corner baseline jumper. No good. And Fraser Payne will try and clear that now. Leading pass out to Masunda, who's trying to get that break. And Angus Stein just clearing out. It's Masunda trying to go through. Does. Didn't quite collapse in time. As Payne chases that. And that'll be a backcourt violation. So good start by the Grenadiers, who are going to try and look after and contain this one where they can. Meanwhile, the next generation of Hoopers, the little cheer squad down there, trying not to run onto the floor. So we'll see what we can get here. It's Dolliver fighting through with Payne. That's a nice little match-up there. I don't mind that for either side. Bestwick now with the ball. He controls that. Step back from three. That'll be a violation. Hit the crossbar just above the rim. So they will head to the line there. Sorry, that'll be a violation, I should say. So 14-22 still our scoreline. A minute gone here in the second term. Southern Wolves lead this one 22-14. And they look to go through Masunda, who turns that one over. Dolliver now. I did hear you, Connor, but I'm not paying attention. It's you anyway. Some would argue not the game either. Matty Young with a acrobatic shot, so he'll go the line for two. As Ronnie hopefully heads to the canteen to pick up a nice bottle of water for me. The bar's not open, so it's only going to be water. No, I know where he was. He was talking, so that's fine. I just told him to have a break, and he still went and talked to people. Youngie makes that one. So 7-point ball game. And the Wolves looking to try and get back on the advantage here. Makes the second, so 2-possession game. And it is going to be a matter of the Grenadiers trying to get back some of that confidence play that they've had in previous seasons, particularly with this lineup. As the first game of processing is done here as Masunda for three, bottom of the net. Massive shot there by T. That extends that back out to 9. Here comes Riggsy with the water. James Newitt now with the ball. Speaking of water, a nice little What a fish out of the river here in Ulverston. Probably would need it. But, yeah, bit of a morning look as Ronnie comes up the stairs. Don't trip, please. He's made it safe. Youngie pulls up from about 13 feet. Wanted contact, didn't get it. Jacoby Bone with a rebound. As Masunda comes through. Thank you very much there. And Masunda goes baseline all the way. Does it himself. Nice finish there by T. $2 is the change. Whack it in the parking meter or put it on heads. 7:54 remaining here in the second quarter. Ronnie, you are back. And how was your little stretch of the legs there? Nice shot there by Grenadiers, who seem to be trying to work this one back. It's around that 8-6 point mark for most of this quarter.
Yeah, from what I've quickly seen, as Angustine works down low and draws the foul.
That'll be on Newitt. He thought he was going up. But that is a big body to be taking contact from, Ronnie.
Absolutely, and Grenadiers are going to try everything to get him frustrated.
No, please don't.
I mean, what else can you do?
Don't frustrate. He's 6'10". Don't frustrate him. This man scored all his points on dunks. Wrong guy to frustrate.
Yes,
but I am with you.
Oh, good fake by Isaac Collins.
Oh, I couldn't get that one to fall. As Dolliver going for that one, knocked away, but they will gain possession of the ball.
Yes, you keep with the play-by-play, Joe, but I'll have a game off here with the play-by-play. You can do this one, and then I'll bring it home with the Hobart Launceston one with Gabe in the lineup. Yeah,
the Cascade Bogues rivalry will continue in the next game. If you ask JB, as long as it's cold, that's pretty good to me. So yes. Moving on, Southern Wolves with the ball. Masunda pulls up at 15. Just gets a lot of height on that one. Not much accuracy, though. Just fell short as Dolliver gets up the floor. So 1927, just before the stock market crashed, prime of Babe Ruth, and our scoreline here. Young with the dump down, he's given it straight to Jacoby Bone. Jackson Collins in this game as well, so he's looking to get some minutes. So Tommy Etchell just wants them to get down. And here we go. That's a big man, being a hands foul. And I think that's their plan at the moment, not a hack-a-shack, but fouling before he gets in position, or at least when he touches that ball so there's no unsportsmanlike, and so they can at least keep the annoyance, keep the hassle, and somewhat keep it legal.
Well, that's right. And then for Grenadiers, when's his breaking point? And, you know, it's an interesting ploy to take, but really Grenadiers have nothing else to match up on him. So they have to find other ways. And you can't really blow. Good pass.
Yeah, very nice pass indeed.
If he can make those things happen and Grenadiers just all of a sudden force their attention on Angustine, then all of a sudden that will open up the other boys.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard too, because you're not going to run a risk of covering one out. And if you do, the biggest body you've got to covering one out is Young, or certainly try and use the stockier size of Yule. Young for three, couldn't get it. Rebound by Griffiths over Bone. And he's just bodying his way nicely there. Triple teamed. Rose outside for three, no good. Griffiths will fight for it. Goes to give that off Jacoby Bone, can't. Young gets that short corner, 15-footer, bottom of the net. That's nice round the rim. 8 points again. Just over half a quarter remaining here in the first half of Game 4.
Game 4.
5 today, 3 tomorrow, 8 for a weekend, 9 previous. It's been a massive tournament of hoops. Bone now takes a three himself, was front iron. Angustine nearly getting that one as Yule comes down the floor. Matty Young, stop, pop, lock, does not drop. Rebound Griffiths to Young, goes inside himself, another finger roll, takes the contact. It's back to 6 points once again. Timeout taken by the Wolves. And you would sense their frustration at the moment. Sense their frustration at the moment, not getting the plays they would like. And it is only a 6 point game, 29-23.
Yeah, no, it's a good little run here by Grenadiers. And, you know, again, we talk about the defensive end. And, you know, again, they're still trying to do everything and anything to really put the big fella off. But then, as we said, if that can attract some attention, the big fellow then will get his other guys a really good pass and a good look as well too. But it's the defensive end for some Wolves that they need to make some quick adjustments and can't allow this game to get back within a couple of shots. So they really need to, work hard here. This one, and I think on one of the possessions where Chiri tried to go to Fraser Payne, again, stay patient on that play. So it's I like what they're trying to do, but just stay patient on both ends of the floor.
Because our tech assistants are watching us and not helping us, we're having to do our own IT
Yes,
work.
we certainly are. The looks on their faces, good Lord.
It's always nice to see the man in the fluoro vest who's normally standing on the shovel just sitting on his backside on a Saturday, though. That's
Yes.
always nice to see.
Absolutely. So, dear.
So we're coming back out of this timeout.
Good Lord. Yeah, the thing I should mention too, JB, we should really try and interview the big fella as well too at some stage and get to know him a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a smart way to go about it. And considering the way the Wolves are going to be heading into Gala weekend, you would think that's probably our prime target there. He's headed to the bench at the moment, so
Yes.
Wolves running with a more conventional lineup as you would go. Ronnie, I just want a couple of names there. Number 40 for the Wolves.
Will Yaxley?
Yeah, Will Yaxley, and number 26 for the 25 for the Grenadiers.
I believe that's Dolly's father.
Well, there you go. That would make sense.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll double check. I'll go down at half time and I'll do it. Yes. Oh, thanks, Chris. Thank you.
There we go. That's good confirmation.
Chris can hear us down there. Of course, Chris and Ash down there, Alicia, sorry, run their own gym down in Moona now as well too.
Yeah,
the Iron Jungle.
Yes,
it's called.
The only Iron Jungle I'm feeling is when I walk past carrying the laundry. But no, it is a nice setup there, the Iron Jungle, just opposite the laundromat. And
yes, I don't know if Chris has realised we've just given his business a shout.
No, that's all right. It's good to see everyone throwing 30, 40 kilo curls around while I'm sitting across the road in Coolies on the discounted skewies while I do some laundry. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, it is.
Don't laugh. It's a win-win.
There's a couple of hecklers in the crowd, folks.
No, that's all right. 23-31. Court jesters. 23-31. 4:16 remaining here in the second term. And the Wolves, while they are in trouble, they just sort of need to... I think they still need to settle down and look to get,
Pass.
Yaxley inside. Gets the... Dolly with a good bit of hands. You actually can't believe it. He's got Griffiths. Oh, the sneaky around the back. Deserves a bucket and does not get it. Anyway, we'll move on. Jackson's just running into the river. Save that one there. But, I just think the Wolves, they need to steady here. They've got this opportunity to really break this game open. Meanwhile, for the Grenadiers, they are still trying to fight back. As that video was loaded. We'll try and get that one processing shortly. Young again, not afraid to put up a shot. And that's a rebound there by Dolliver, we're assuming.
Yes, no, we got the thumbs up from Chris.
Of course it is. So, no alleged about it, is confirmed.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's patience here for the Wolves. Like that last play was great to Masunda to Yaxley, and Yaxley, who's been out of it for a little bit, just a little bit inexperienced, but, good. They create a play off that. Now let's see what Brown can do.
Masunda in the corner, you've got to get a body on him. Bottom of the net. There aren't many jumpers in Tassie, Ronnie, that are able to get such a high arc and not even look like they're going to hit anything bar net. So nice finish there. Dolliver inside, can't get that to finish. 0-3 from the field, I believe. His young fella gotten away. So that's unfortunate there. He's looking around for something, wasn't there. Masunda sprays through. Collins wants to square up. He can, doesn't though. Radcliffe, Brown, back to Masunda. 2:57 remaining here. Another high arcing jumper, nothing but net.
But that's vintage.
That's so smooth.
Vintage to Masunda right there. He can just kill you from any part of that three-point line when he's on song, and that's back-to-back triples for him. So doing a really good job.
It's like every time I've asked him for the last 5 years when he's given it away, but if he's going to keep shooting like that, I'm not even really wanting him to. Griffiths up and under, no good. Masunda fighting in there. Dolliver to the namesake. To Griffiths, who gets caught in the corner. Loves that corner three. And a strange bit of defence there by Masunda that worked out is...
it's a good decoy.
It was a very good decoy. So Oldham and Angerstein come in as Yaxley and Jackson Collins head out. So that'll be...
Bestwick came in as well too there.
And Bestwick as well. Apologies on that. So your lineup there at the moment is Oldham, Angerstein, Masunda, Brown and Radcliffe. Meanwhile, it is Yule, Young, Bestwick, Dolliver and Griffiths. Shot down Brown by 3, no good. Chases his own rebound. Griffiths gets it instead. And Yule will just try and settle them down. Again, it's going to be interesting now, these closing 2 minutes, how they guard Angerstein, how they run their offense around his defensive presence. Shot by Yule from 3. no good, and the jumper just isn't falling at the moment for the Grenadiers. So it'd be interesting to see what they try and change things to. Radcliffe wants to get in on that shooting party. He can't.
Oh.
Angerstein just gets inside and he was mauled. He's just having a smile. I think he understands what's going to happen here, but they're just hanging off him. It's the only way to describe it. And that says a lot because Josh Yule is not a small human.
I was going to say, if I'm sure Anthony Stewart has seen this guy in action.
I'm telling you now that Anthony Stewart has seen him in action, and I am...
do we have any latest update from Anthony Stewart on this guy?
No, but I do have a feeling that Anthony Stewart is very keen to work him out.
Yes, which I think would be great, and I think it'd be great to get him back into basketball. Obviously, we've done a little bit of research around him, obviously representing his country back in the juniors as well too.
Well, it's pretty evident from there as Yule goes to go inside. And that was no goaltend wave. I thought there might have been a goaltend call. Ronnie can't make the call because he's got his head to the basket.
I was going to say,
I'm
just double checking. We are covering Southern Wolves tomorrow, so we tomorrow afternoon against Ulverston, which is our final game of the day.
And that'll be a big matchup.
That will be him and Paul Campbell
versus
that will be interesting.
Angus Stein. I might have to tell the boys to come over. What time's that one, Ronnie?
1 o'clock.
That's our final game.
That is
Second
our final game. No, 1 o'clock. So we're 10 o'clock, 11:30, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
10 o'clock, 11:30 and 1?
Yes.
Okie dokie. That changes my schedule, probably by several hours, but that doesn't matter.
Thank you very much.
It'll be another quiet weekend for JB, but that's not a bad thing. Pass now. Chris Oldham misses that one. Yule recovers that one. So we've got 40 seconds or so here. 10-point ball game in favour of the Wolves. They've tried to extend it. As Young works his way inside, splits the defender, dump down to Bestwick. Good move there by Matty Young. Good finish by Alex Bestwick.
Yeah, Bestwick just hanging around right place, right time, and then found that open gap and able to finish that one off.
So clock is running.
Yeah, it's not
for so the shot clock didn't go.
Yes, yep. So shot clock's out of play here.
Shot clock is out of play. Are they going to run a high and a run 4, or
I reckon Angustein's trying to get a nice on ball. Ooh, okay, it's on Angustein.
Yeah, over the back they've called.
Yep.
So over the back call there, Angustein asking the question, 1.8 remaining.
And maybe the other two for Angustein as well, trying to adjust to how the game is officiated here, not only in Australia but here in Tasmania as well too. Again, it's a little bit different as far as international play is concerned. So again, he'll get used to it as we go along here. He really will.
So 1.8 seconds. Let's see what they get. Bullet pass.
Oh, that was a treble.
Doesn't matter. They haven't called it, and it can't be something if it's not called. So half-time, we'll take a bit of a breather in the action here, Ronnie.
Yes.
29-37, and I'll just get this second game underway. What are your thoughts here on this first half of play from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, it's been good at both ends with both teams trying to attack the rim and not only try to find their open man, but try to create off the dribble as well too. So, it's been really good. For the Southern Wolves, it's been Terry Masunda who's, lighted up once again and just showing that veteran experience and those baskets when needed, he's been able to apply. As I mentioned, Angus Stein will need to just try to adjust how this game is called, but can't, again, Grenadiers will throw everything at him as far as from a defensive stand is concerned. So it'd be interesting to see. Tom Mitchell really talking in the huddle there. I can have a look at here. Jeremy Young. It's Josh Yule actually talking in the huddle there at the moment. So again, it's really good to see that both teams are. We're still within arm's reach here, 37-29. It's been a low kind of low scoring but hard grinding type game where sometimes the buckets down low are hard to come by, so you're going to have to be an extra step ahead to a degree to try and see if you can score. So, but so far, some Wolves with the upper hand at the moment, and I feel like if they can just hold on to this lead. And then, get some crucial baskets, where needed as well too, especially from say Angerstein and Radcliffe, and I think everything else will turn out all right. So, really, there needs to be some adjustments adjustments made on both sides on just a few little things, especially just with a couple of their sets. They need to tweak it a bit, and then on the defensive end as well too. So I'm sure both teams are working on that at the moment. But as I mentioned, really pleased to see Tommy Etchell in his coaching debut here in State League, and also the first time in a long time that he's been doing some coaching as well too. So really great to see him back involved in the program there for Southern Wolves. So, and Jeremy Hill will be trying to continue on what he's been trying to teach the guys all season long. And of course, he's still coaching at the under-22 level as well too. So, good first half. Hopefully the game opens up a little bit more, and hopefully we might see a few more dunks from Angusteen as well too.
Yes, I'd certainly be up for a few more wham bam jam, thank you ma'ams, and that's clearly his intention. And I think, Ronnie, normally you and I watching pro ball and whatnot, you expect that, but and visually having. Watching the game and seeing all that, okay, you expect a big guy to throw it down, but seldom do you at local level, and particularly at this level, are we going to see a big guy whose whole intention is from anywhere inside of 10 feet, drop step, through we go, and a dunk. So to see it versus guard it is a vastly different thing, not only as a player, but certainly as a coach.
Yes, no, it's... Geez, if I was Jeremy Hill at the moment, I just would have to try and work out how do I stop this guy from just throwing it down every single time when we have a mismatch in the post that works more to Angusteen's favour. So, what do you do? And I mean, it's remarkable, this story of how this guy's come to Australia. He was playing footy with North Hobart. And there were queries during the year, like someone needs to get him to a basketball team ASAP, because we had heard some background information from a few people that I know from the All Aerobics gym that support the North Hobart Footy Club. And for this guy, apparently he did all right in the footy as well too, a decent ruckman, could tap the ball down and really do something. But basketball's definitely his go, and I'm hoping, as you mentioned, if Anthony Stewart definitely gives him a workout, we should see him in our NBL 1 South competition next year, because I think he might turn some heads as well too. Yeah, no, I think that's a fair assessment, Ronnie. But I mean, again, we know how Stewie runs his offences as well. I think he'd be wanting to complement that shooting, but yes. He'd also like to see the ability to shoot from Angustine as well. Again, he plays a role here where he doesn't need to. Yeah, that's right. But he reminds me a little bit of Brandon Polk, who used to play with the Chargers. A tough, strong player inside who really wanted to dominate the paint. That's what Angustine reminds me of Brandon Polk, who was very crucial with Anthony Stewart in those years he was here with the Chargers as well. And I think he could play a similar role in that. So if that all comes to tuition, then I think hopefully that does.
Second half about to get underway. Wolves to the left, Grenadiers to the right. Grenadiers will start with that ball. Nice catch there by Beswick. Newitt, generally known defensively, but his defensive matchups today are a lot more difficult than normal. Certainly spreading the floor as Griffiths wants to go up. A nice little floater over Collins, can't do it. Isaac in the way. He's wrestled that one free. Ewell fighting for that one, and it will be a Wolves ball on that sideline there. 9:41 remaining here. That was the first possession of the third term. Thank you for tuning in, the West Coast Ball Connection. Ronnie Riggs, JB, as always, pleasure to have you. Tape delay as always, unedited, because, that's just how we roll. 37-29 our scoreline, bullet inside.
Right idea, just a bit too much heat on that.
It's just a little too much. So, mixed bag on the rotations here again for the Wolves. They're utilising the fact they've got that nice big bench. Jefferson St John not looking like he really wants to get on the floor at the moment, but of course, under rules, he's got the uniform on. That's a game.
Yes. But it's good to see a young lineup out here at the moment, and Masunda and Radcliffe are your veterans. So really good to see Payne, Collins and Brown out on the floor here at the moment for the Wolves.
Newitt in the corner, not characteristically a scorer. He is the defender of that team as Masunda loses his handle. Good defence by the Grenadiers. Again, they're going to look to capitalise here. Ewell for two, no good. Rebounds his own basketball. Kick out to Griffiths. Bestwick wanted the screen. It's there. uses it late. Good roll, good dump down, needs a basket, and can't get the result, the Grenadiers, as Masunda saves that one to Collins. And some wasted opportunities there, so to be interested to see just how the team in blue can respond.
Some good looks down there. Grenadiers just need to finish that one inside, but credit to Wolves there on their defensive phase.
So there's Payne on the drive inside.
Nice
Nice
Fraser.
finish. And he's just hit Newett. I believe he's giving Newett a bit of a clip below the belt.
But that was a great drive by Payne, though. He really worked his way through, found the gap, and again, he's just showed relentless, fearless relentless, that young lad, and he's doing good.
Matty Young, catch and shoot, that's what we know him for.
Yes.
And that characteristic swagger after the shot.
Absolutely.
So 39-31, 8-point ball game. Cameroon's catching up to the action. Masunda now with the ball. So Angerstein off for a little bit. Just going to try and throw this Wolves lineup. Well, not throw the Wolves, but certainly help the Grenadiers. Sorry, we'll start again. Throw the Grenadiers, help the Wolves adjust, and just not prepare them, get them on the back foot. So that's a miss. As Payne saves that, that's a very athletic move. And now they're out here, the Wolves, if they can get moving. They've got 4 on 2.
Payne running the floor well.
Very
good work.
nice. Lost the hands. Brown recovers. Can't finish. Bestwick with a rebound.
But that was good running by Payne. He just realised it halfway. It's like
Wolves milked it. Brown's been, he smiles too. I don't know if. So this is interesting. I don't think Yule thought there was contact. Brown didn't think there was contact. That's generally how fouls work, though, isn't it?
yes, usually.
Yeah, AJ's nodding away.
yeah. We like I say.
I mean, it's been that long since I've seen AJ ref that it's now a net, not a peach basket, mate. The 2-point line is not just the thing anymore. Harry Griffiths inside left hand, no good. Second opportunities. Skip out pass. Bestwick corner 3. Bang!
And Alex Bestwick can knock down that triple. He's not renowned for his shooting at times, but when he is on song, he certainly can light it up.
35-39 now, so this game's become a bit atrocious. And Angerstein looking to get involved in this one as Payne getting in front. Good defence there. Newett for 3. Joins in on the party, the fisherman. Bottom of the net.
Oh, yeah.
That is big momentum building there.
That's a swing.
That is a massive swing when the guy you don't expect to score does in fact score. That's when things change. 39-38, Ronnie, we've got a game on our hands.
Well, you certainly do, and that can be a momentum builder as well too. When you know that James Newett is not an actual shooter on your team and does more defensive work, and when you got one of your guys that can knock down shots like that, really lifts up the team morale and the team spirit. So hopefully that might be just a momentum swing. Good timeout call there by Tommy Etchell, knowing that momentum might shift, and right now, he'll get a couple of he's looking to get Angerstein back into the game. So look for the different matchup here as well too now.
I think it's going to be interesting though how they play Angerstein, because they've other than second chance points, which is they're getting the second chance rebounds, the offensive rebounds to the Grenadiers, the majority of their offense has been outside shooting. Yeah. So I mean, as I said, I can understand the reasoning as to why they get Angerstein back in. That means you avoid those first and second opportunities, all that sort of stuff. That's easy enough to do. But it's that it's the fact that their perimeter scoring is what's winning them this game at the moment. So it's just a real pain in the backside to suggest that, okay, we're going to bring him in. He's going to get these rebounds. That's fine. But, the offense is primarily coming from the perimeter, and I haven't seen enough of Angerstein at the moment from a perimeter standpoint to say that he's going to have a major impact on that one as well. So we will see. So Masunda now with the ball to Payne. Goes inside to the big man.
Yep, good.
There's that
There we
double
go.
back quickly.
Yeah, there's that open look, Jobo.
3. So that's not bad, but now we need... The Wolves are going to have to try and get on transition. Dump down. Now just go strong.
Oh, there you go.
Good luck dealing with that. Good luck dealing with that. And all they can do is smile. And that is another two-handed wham-bam jam. Thank you, ma'am.
But that was really good play as far as, kick it out to the open Fraser Payne. Then all of a sudden the shot goes up, misses, and then Brown over to recover. Good work.
Yeah. So that's going to be a travel. Drag the back foot. No, drag the back foot. Drag the pivot foot. You drag the pivot foot. So that's an easy call to make, but... So that's not a bad start. That's a good little statement. I mean, we always joke about statement plays, Ronnie, but to be able to get that second chance opportunity as a dunk, that's just demoralising.
That is. So now they've gone straight into him, which is a good option.
Wanted a contact call.
He wanted a foul, but I don't think he was getting one.
No, didn't get it. Referees did not see that one. Knew it again.
Oh, don't tell me.
Tell you what. That would have blown the market wide open. The over-under on James Newett on 3-pointers.
My word, it would have, Jobo.
Oh, the fake on the thing. Fake on the thing. That's called a pass. Brown inside. Payne. He steps inside. Drives athletically. Good second chance opportunity. We'll call that an assist if it drops. Good work.
Yep.
Nothing but net. I still don't see how... They don't even look like touching the rim. In fact, at times they look like airballing.
He's a pure shooter, though, Terry Masunda. He's just, over time, has learned how to get that. Oh, that's a massive screen.
And Matty Young's just giving himself some applause there. I don't think he agrees with the call.
No.
And that would just be something he needs to watch as Newett heads out. I can't believe it. Jeremy Hill. James Newett is on fire in the offensive end and you've dragged him. But not a bad idea. They just probably want to get a bit of speed up now as well, considering those second chance points that have come to the Wolves so far. Young trying to bang down low with Angus Stein. Oh, don't worry about it. What are you going to do?
And then if you overplay that and then commit to the drive, that's the punishment right there. With I think they were trying to go the alley-oop, but it's
not fair.
No, but it's good though.
I can't do. Well, it is good, but I can't do anything. That guy.
Oh, he got a hand on that.
He did. You get the Matumbo finger wag.
My word. All good hands. And just come back quickly to the Fraser Payne drive. Again, he recognises that open gap, attacks it, but he just short arms it on his extension. So he's just got to keep that arm right up. He's doing everything right, Fraser Payne, right now.
Tell you what, I wish I could do as there we go. Josh Hill's calling 3 seconds. That is unbelievable. Oh, don't worry about it.
That's it.
Just don't worry about it.
And again, when they focus all that attention on the ball carrier, it frees up Angus Stein, and then he'll throw it down and punish you all day on that.
I'm looking down at poor old Tommy Foster, who played centre for Launceston last week, and I'm feeling his pain.
Yes.
Nice drive there. There's a big rebound.
There we go.
So this is just momentum. Let him trail down, guys.
And Masunda run down to real estate there, Shaver.
Yeah, let him run charge circle to charge circle. You just feed him the ball. I can't do that on an 8-foot rim.
No, nor can
I can reach up to 7 foot, and I can't do that on an 8-foot rim. That's just not fair. I don't mean to sound very casual about it, but it's just he's just so nonchalant about it. Like, you know, you see Zach White and that, and they power down, they jump and they explode, but Angus Stein's just got that size.
Terry Masunda just giving a quick foul there.
And they're going to bring BJ Radcliffe out, so they're going to look to space that floor even more. And
they might as well just play a 4-out, 1-in. Like, you keep Angus Stein down low.
Oh, yeah, totally. You run, you spread the floor, you just put him there on the no-charge circle.
Now, I don't mind this matchup, Dolliver and Payne, too. Yeah. They've both been at each other all year in juniors, so that would be a good matchup. Oh, get that out of here. No way, Jose, he says.
Even Rose is like, yeah, nah, silly idea.
Yep.
Is he within 5 feet of the basket? Yeah, don't. Just, my goodness.
Good Lord.
Can we get some official measurements on the dude?
Yep.
Griffiths comes off that screen nicely, deserves a bucket, doesn't get it. Payne there, and he's thrown it off the back heels of the teammate. And that one's gone out into the score bench. And I reckon one more dunk might do the big fella for the quarter. They'll put him on ice and get him to jam a few down in the last.
Absolutely. What Grenadiers can't do is overplay him.
I've seen him underplay, Ronnie. It hasn't worked either.
They can't focus the attention on the ball carrier because that...
Oh,
That's what's on it. Good.
Matty Young playing down low. We're going to need Scotty here, I think, to actually go down and guard him at this point.
Yeah, and again, there,
Oh,
there you
stop
go.
it.
And again, they're just getting sucked in. I don't know where Jeremy Hill's going to find a 3-second violation, by the way, too, because it's
not in there
there.
for
It's
3
not
seconds.
in there. So I don't know what his complaints about.
This isn't Shaquille O'Neal.
No,
mind
it's
you,
not.
he keeps dunking. He might be Shaquille O'Neal. It might be Shaquille O'Neal. That's and that's a technical.
Now, who's that?
Oh, we'll have a
No,
look.
it's on Youngie. Youngie's given the tech.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not Jeremy. That was Matty on that one.
it's not what I was expecting. In fact, I'm looking around the crowd, and I don't think that's what anyone was expecting.
No. So
He's just walking himself off, and I think Youngie's asking the same question about just being beat down. It's as simple as that. That's a nice shot there by T.
yeah,
As Chrissy Oldham comes in. So it's going to be Oldham, Payne, Collins, Brown,
so Payne will run to one.
and Shaquille Angustine.
Yes, I think that's his new nickname.
Big Shaq, unbelievable.
What Grenadiers want to do now, just reset, refocus here. But again, don't ball watch. Stay with your player. Don't ball. That's why Angustine's getting these dunks, because they're ball watching, getting sucked in,
He just
and then
gets
that
open.
extra pass, bang.
Yeah, tried to. Oh, he's in deep. Now he gets out again.
He's out. That's fine.
Brown,
Yep,
nice
good.
finish.
Nice try.
Oh,
Good tip,
stop
Jan.
it.
And now you've got to get a
Stop
body.
it.
Now you've got to get a body on him.
Stop it.
Because if you don't get a body on him, that's what happens.
Who turned the sliders up on 2K? He's got 100% put back under. This is ridiculous. Matty Young's not happy though.
No, he's not.
I can see why.
You can see, but I could
Get dunked on every
Yeah,
play.
it's not ideal. Now Youngie's going to try 3.
And
No.
can't get the roll. Rebound by Fraser Payne. And look at the hair flowing out the back
Oh my word!
on the break as he
Yes.
scrambles himself. He's
Oh,
headbutt the ball.
Careful.
And I think he's broken Luke Brown somewhere.
He's taken out Brownie.
That's good hustle. Is he okay? That's the main
I
thing.
was going to say, Fraser Payne want to be available for his work shifts next week at Swisher Hoops.
Yeah, well,
Well, yes.
I was more worried about poor old rolling across Brownie's ankle and leg there.
Yes.
Trying not to sprain anything. That's boy oh boy. That's we're gonna have to chop this game up quick and get it upstairs. That's unbelievable. I'd like to know the field goal map. It'd be all around the inside the no charge circle. So we'll actually get back to try and call play-by-play here. It's as Rose goes inside. Don't try again, big fella. Doesn't. Gives it to Young. Gets that shot to fall. See, and the game's still a 10-point game.
It is.
But the momentum of those dunks, as I spoke about, just those power plays, those demoralising plays, they just totally changed everything. Brown for 3 on the response. Can't get it to go. So here's the Grenadiers. They need to close out in this final minute. Ignore the fact of Angustine's dunks. Youngie from the car park. Or the truck show out the side. I don't know. One of the two. The jumping castle.
Jumping.
They're going to need a jumping castle so they don't get blocked.
This
Matty
time.
Young can't go again. Angustine. That's unkind.
Oh, no.
That's unkind. My God.
Oh,
I'm trying
dear.
to be serious here, people.
We are.
Can't make a joke of the game.
No.
Oh, hello. Thread the needle the wrong way.
But there should be an unwritten rule. You just can't toy you can't toy people like that.
It's like watching Bojan.
Good grief.
Or Boba's like watching Boban. 7'6". Oh, my God. He'd have to be 6'10" and a half. At worst. On a bad day, he's 6'10".
Yeah, let's see what. Oh, Foot Rose might do something on that play. I'll come back to the previous one where he had the ball. Jobo, I'll actually come back at the 3/4 time.
So there we go. Fraser with the ball over to Oldham, who saves that one. He's got a trailer. It doesn't matter, though. So they're out here. Bestwick on Collins. Has Young in support. Young with the no-look pass. Brown's clotheslined him on the way through. Bestwick through and one. Ronnie, if you want to just quickly touch on that play there.
Yeah. So, the interesting play a couple of plays ago when Rose had the matchup on Angustine and brought him out to the 3-point line, Rose was able to beat him off the dribble by about half a step. Now, if you can get him I reckon if you could bring him out and try and draw him to guard you on the drive, can that change up where you can draw a foul off him? Now, that'd be an interesting challenge I would put to if I was coaching Grenadiers right now.
So it's 7 points. They've just floated over the top. Oh, no. Oh, fight through the contact, big fella. So the plan was there. He just happened to catch the ball, and that thwarted that plan a little bit. So 46-53. Again, the Grenadiers by no means out of this. And again,
No.
it's a matter of that psyche. Just don't
Yeah.
worry about it. It's only worth 2 points.
So that's right. I mean, they just got to focus their attention on on the four other players as well too. And I mean, you know, but if you bring him out to the 3-point line and make him defend from the 3-point line, we know traditionally big fellas are slow. So, you know, if you can draw a couple of fouls on him like they did in the first quarter, then they'll be
1.
fine.
Young just pulls up for 3. No good. He throws that away. And at three-quarter time, it is 54-46, so an 8-point ball game. And it's going to be very interesting to see just how this last quarter breaks out. Ronnie, as I just quickly adjust that, need to give the ears a bit of a spell, but 46-54. Again, it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that this game is, you know, it's still perfectly in the balance.
No, that's right.
It's just that perception, as we mentioned, it's the psych out of the fact that he's catching the ball freely, he's dunking the ball freely. Eliminate that and just understand it's 2 points.
Yeah. And as we were mentioning, you know, Grenadiers have to just focus on their individual matchup and stick with their assignment. Try not to get too caught up in all the goings on here as far as that is concerned, as far as Angusteen is concerned. You know, and as I mentioned, I'll be the broken record here. Drag him out to the 3-point line,
or at least get him to the foul line,
or beat him off the dribble. You know, again, Fletcher Rose had the right idea. Bring him out. And then force him to guard you. Because traditionally, the big fellas are slow when they're at the top of the key and they get beat off the dribble. So, you know, if they recognise that, I feel then if you get blocked, you get blocked. But if you can draw a foul, great. So if you can find different ways of trying to foul him rather than go the old, okay, I'll try and stand still and draw an offensive foul, which now he's adjusted to, and now he's not getting as many of those what they did in the first quarter, then I feel like, you know, then it's game on in that regard. But it's still game on because it's 8 points, and as you rightfully say, JB, it's the psyche, and that's what they've got to get out of their head.
Yeah, once they clear that thought pattern that it's only 2 points. He's dunking, great, but you don't get an extra point for a dunk. You don't get anything else other than 2 points.
Yeah.
So, you know, while we are, you know, sort of having a laugh and a bit of fun at it because it's just the relative ease of which he's doing it. You know, the fact that it is still an 8-point ball game, they didn't drop their heads, you know. And the Grenadiers, they're a confidence team, and they have that ability to score. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Know it's going to come back into this game. Angustein's in, along with Radcliffe, Masunda, Collins. That's Isaac Collins and Luke Brown. Meanwhile, for the Grenadiers, it's going to be Rose, it's going to be Griffiths, Yule, Young, and Newitt. So a quarter to go. They're asking the question of whom shall have possession of thy ball. We are headed over to the scorer's table. Charlotte Collins asked the question.
Yes. Okay, they've changed the arrow.
So they are changing the arrow.
That's going the way of the Southern Wolves.
Right, so we are starting the last quarter to the left of screen. We did start it to the right last time, I must say. We did start with the Grenadiers last quarters, but we will start the very last quarter. 54-46. The Wolves with the ball. And they're trying to run some on ball, and they did for Radcliffe, and very nicely done, and a nice result there in the baseline. Game now out to 10, 46-56.
It's been one of those low grinding score type games too, JB, and you know, no real kind of you know, open of the floodgates scoring wise, so to speak.
No, not really. I mean, there's been those patches where we've obviously talked about the dunks and the three-pointers, but there hasn't been a point where it's been a 20-0 run or it's a 15-0 run, and
Josh Yule.
Yule with a nice response there, so that gets it back down to 8. I mean, it has essentially been a back-and-forth contest, and you can never really rule either side out. I thought Grenadiers were probably gone early, but fought their way back. Radcliffe for 3, bang, bottom of the net.
Oh, long two.
Matty Young's, is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. Radcliffe helping him up.
He is all right.
Yep.
But, yeah, long two. We certainly had that kick. Thought he'd hit the 3. Young's back up. Always a concern there with the little steps like that, the ankle, the calf, potential Achilles at worst. But he's managed to get up. So they've gone a high isolation here.
They have. I was going to say Fletcher Rose and James Newitt nearly went to the same corner.
Yeah, so Newitt just nicely dawdled away from that one. As Youngie goes inside, fighting through. Don't worry about it.
No foul on the play. He's straight up.
Now, Newart's hit the ground there as well. It's a bit of off ball as well. As Angustine inside, they're looking to give it to him. And he's just going to go up. He's been bumped heavily there, gone through. And they know he got away with one there.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's going to be a hard one to ref too.
That is, what can you give on that call? What don't you give on that call? So that's going to be interesting.
And I think Josh Ewell had landed before he even thought about releasing that one there. Got away with a travel, in my opinion. Angustine to Brown. No, Brown got that one from Masunda, I should say. So back out to 12 points now. 2 minutes gone here in the last term. 60-48. Battle of the South. And what would have been the old Eastern Conference, essentially, Ronnie, in the old SBL.
Yes, well, if you treat it like the Grenadiers Dominoes under-22 game from Wednesday night, you could say it's the local derby.
Yeah, very much so.
Eastern Shore bragging rights. Timeout being called, Jobo?
Yeah, timeout called. 60-48. Matty Young's and a drink bottle's gone. Is that a Bestwick? I don't know.
I don't know who actually threw that, but...
I'm just going to quickly adjust because these headphones are killing my ears.
Yeah, sorry, Jobo.
What are you apologising for? You didn't hurt them.
I brought them.
Oh, Jesus, Ronnie, can't help that. But yes, no, can you hear me properly with that?
Yeah, I can. I can actually.
That's all right. Very good.
Yeah.
We'll keep rolling. Tony Gregg with the telestrator. There we go. That's better.
Rightio.
I love that.
No.
Nice and quiet. Makes
No
me talk
worries.
at a reasonable volume as well.
Yes, there you go.
So 7:48. Connor's off to the TAB to collect his winnings. Won't take him long. Keenan's offering up the guide dog that's just been emptied. And that's to help him get home. So
Anyway.
60-48 in the last.
So what I'm hoping here is if Grenadiers can, again, they just need to make sure they execute on both ends of the floor now. And offensively, they need to find a couple more baskets here to get their confidence going. They'll have to really try and, again, not worry too much about the big fella in Angustine. And just really, like on that last play, Newark can still stay committed to Angustine, which left Luke Brown open on the cut and then was able to get that too. So they've got to make sure the communication here is key. Excuse me, as they try to get their defensive assignments right.
Now we'll see how that one plays out. 12 points in favour of the Wolves. They've got a high post option with Angustine, and they're looking to work everything off that they can. They do. And BJ Radcliffe can't get that fall. Brown saves it, tips that over to Masunda. Good second opportunity here by the Wolves, looking to extend it out to 15. Radcliffe, 3. Bah! That's the noise, but round the net. Oh, God. Just wrestled his way through like it was nothing. It won't be any score. It'll be on the floor. Yeah, held him on the floor. Smart foul by Newitt. In fact, I'm surprised that poor old James wasn't carried up to the hoop himself.
Yeah.
Dangling off like a good bit of cod over the back channel of the Macquarie Harbour there. It didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
So Masunda goes the drive, wants to take the chest, doesn't matter. Brown, base 2, doesn't matter. Collins can't get that one over Rose, so Ewell will take control. He's up the floor to Young. He's got a face guard on him. As Young takes it, probably wanted contact, didn't get it. He's out to Radcliffe, and I think Radcliffe nearly injured himself. Saves the day, though. I reckon that's the last time we'll see that out of BJ.
That's right. That's the quickest I've seen BJ run in quite some time.
He got the old geriatric shuffle going there to try and save that one.
Oh, Young with some moves.
And he was fouled.
He was.
Yeah, contact. He's forcing his way through it. He works his backside off to get there. He's not happy. Very seldom.
That is... get that paddle up there. 3. That's his third.
I must say, it's very seldom that Matty Young is not the tallest player on a basketball floor in Tasmania.
No.
I mean, outside of Paul Campbell and, well, pretty much outside of Paul Campbell and Zach White, he's probably the tallest bloke running around in Tassie basketball. And Cal Barker, probably the only other person that would compete when he's here.
Well, I was going to say, that would have been interesting if Cal Barker had decided to come back and play in the State League this year. I would love to see that matchup
Cal versus Angus.
Angus, that would have
especially
been...
now that Cal's got himself right. He's had a massive year. So
Absolutely.
shout out if the big fella's listening at some point.
Yes, we'd love to have you back down here to take on that feeling. Might take him on in NBL 1 South next year. Who knows?
Yeah, Frankston, if he's there. It depends. Cal might end up somewhere else yet. We don't know.
Yes.
Ball screen.
Here we go.
Angustine down low.
Nice hook.
Little hook shot doesn't matter. Wanted his own rebound. And I will give Josh Ewell credit here. He's battled really, really nicely and really physically.
He's tried everything and a small win on him for that
Youngie.
one. Youngie from deep.
From the car park.
Good shot, Youngie.
And that one's just made it interesting. 9-point ball game. 6 and change remaining in the fourth.
This game's not over by a long
And
stretch.
AJ's just realised he's actually behind in the times and he needs to get moving.
he's fish outing
Oh,
next.
round the back there by Masunda. He's got support. Goes to
Pass.
Brown, drives baseline.
Yeah,
See ya,
good
AJ.
play.
There goes the basket. And
Nice
Brown with a
play.
nice finish there. And Masunda really calm under pressure. So Yule again, certainly not the handles, but certainly the capabilities. Splits the defence and gets a nice little layup there and a cheeky smile by Angerstein. Got to respect that. Oh, no, he's got the free run down the floor. Masunda from 10 feet. Can't get a friendly roll. And Youngie with a rebound. So the Grenadiers here, it's going to want to try and build on this a little.
Yeah, this momentum's starting to maybe just creep back into this Grenadiers side.
Yes, we'll see what happens there. Can't get that to fall. Knocked away by Angerstein. And a timeout's been taken here by Southern Wolves. 5:27 remaining, 64-55 remaining here in the final term. And
Yeah,
we will see what this timeout will bring. Obviously, the Southern Wolves still getting what they want, but I think it's now up to the Grenadiers. You know, it's the Wolves' game to lose. You know, I think that's evident, but it certainly is at this stage going to be the Grenadiers' game to execute and win.
Absolutely. I think some Wolves just might have said something here, and I think that's why they've called a timeout. So it'd just be interesting to see what adjustments they do make. And how they then execute, like really good last play there, Masunda to Brown, really good work there. And then Grenadiers just, hitting a couple of shots, again, Yule has been working hard both ends of the floor, and really, he'd be right up there for player of the game, just let alone for what he's been trying to do.
Well, I think, I was going to say, and mainly like defensively, the effort he's putting through, he's undersized height-wise by a foot, but he is quite a solid unit, and he is trying to put that resistance there on Angerstein for him, to really try and play against. And he has caused some issues. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Ultimately, a lot of those big dunks and plays that you've seen have come from the fact he has the height advantage. But from a physical standpoint, it's been a nice little battle.
Yeah, it has been. And, that's what you want in these games. It's good, close little one-on-one battles. And I think we've seen that here in this game this afternoon.
So Grenadiers need to get it in. Geez, it was close. The count was on. As Bestwick nearly travels, keeps that pivot, taken by Brown. And he goes up, was stripped away. That's a nice bit of defensive play. They wanted a violation, doesn't matter. Tommy Etchell just telling him to calm down. Youngie wanted the step through. Yule nearly loses it. The backdoor pass is nutmegged through the defender somehow. And we've got no result. So Brown working his way through. They've got trailers. Angerstein, my goodness! Just, my God.
Good grief. Just,
Good God almighty.
Yes.
Somebody stop the damn match. Enough's enough.
Yeah, shout out to JR, Football Asia. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it was a very
I
late
was going
call.
to say, a bit delayed.
That was
the satellite.
Well, I tell you what, he's two-step. He's basically two-step that from the yellow line.
Yeah, he has.
That's that's a power move.
My word.
Yeah, made a statement on that one, as they'd say in the old 2K game. 66-55, 4:30 and change remaining, and the Grenadiers need to get moving. Bestwick likes the three, got it.
Nice shot, Alex. Nice shot.
Bottom of on that one. Give and go there on the baseline legally, of course. Payne taking the ball up, and he's going to be pivotal here. And this is a good time for Fraser Payne to learn these little intricacies as he gets outside the lane. And Josh Yule, that is all they're worried about. And I think for the Grenadiers, the last thing they should actually worry about is that inside-outside, whether he's 3 seconds or not. The refs will worry about that. Give and go to Young, who's going to go inside himself. No call there. It's just a miss. And the white 15 for a hold.
So Josh Yule.
So substitution. Jeremy Hill asking the question. Angerstein's going out for a spell.
Now,
so is Lukey Brown.
Let's see how long that rest is. Now, if things get a little bit pear-shaped, may bring him in, but...
It's still 4 minutes to go, so, I mean, they can probably risk a couple of minutes of a spell here.
Yeah.
Give him a drink, stretch his legs. Now, get him ready to go.
Oh,
that little statement dunk there, the big fella is keen for a rest, though.
Yeah.
He does not want to move.
No, I think he's happy on that bench there.
Double screen action to Radcliffe on the long twos, no good. Yule takes the rebound, he's on the break, he's got Bestwick in support. Looks for Young, doesn't use it, wants to go himself, has an open lane, takes it. Good finish and one opportunity there for Josh Yule. And I don't know why he was so hesitant to try and attack that rim, Ronnie.
Yeah, no, that's a much better drive there from Josh Yule, and recognising the mismatch, with Payne, just again, still developing and still getting that athleticism still into him. Yule took full advantage of that and bet him on the right.
So Yule at the line. This to make it a 5-point ball game. And Tommy Etchell's just having a nice chat to his the German Jesus, as they've called it.
Yes.
Get that camera on a swivel, JB. Game 4 of 5, and it's been a nice game of. This has probably been our lowest scoring combined, really, Ronnie. But it's been a nice little tough contest here, and that is just Archangel offense. No good there. That one's gone over, and they're just having a chat there, the boys, and. I think Isaac Collins thought he was a little hard done by. Thought that one was deflected off Yule, but of course the referee would probably see that, considering the potential for an over-back foul, it's probably easy to let that one go, Ronnie.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
So I was about to say Blake Griffiths, but it's Harry Griffiths.
Yes, he is Harry Griffiths, yes.
He's not lining up in a Nets uniform. There's Yule now. He's on Masunda, and he's had impact on this game, Yule. There's no doubt about it. Dolliver splits the defender, wants a high-arcing floater, gets it, can't fall. Griffiths gets that bad catch in the corner, goes baseline, wants to split, can't. Oh, dump down.
Yeah, nice pass.
Dump down to Dolliver, and as you mentioned there, Ronnie, nice pass, nice awareness, and calm and collected. As you mentioned, that break, we said 90 seconds, 2 minutes. It's going to see Brown and Angerstein into the game. It's a 3-point ball game, and the Grenadiers can sniff an opportunity here. The Wolves feel like they could potentially cost themselves here. Radcliffe, sweep through, drive, no good, rebound, Oldham. No good. Oldham again, fought through by Dolliver, who clears it out to Beswick. Still plenty of time in this one. Beswick loses the handle, though. And Masunda gets over the step there. Oldham in support, doesn't matter, he's got Radcliffe. And Oldham just clears right out of the way. So isolation here with Masunda. 13 seconds. They want to find a way to get their two athletic bigs into the game. Dump down Collins. And that's just a nice easy two there by Isaac Collins.
And that's great vision and great poise by Thierry Masunda there. Understanding where Isaac Collins was, able to get him the ball for the open two.
So dump down there, and I could just hear Isaac with the expletive. Felt he was a little beat defensively there. But we're back to a 3-point ball game, 68-65, under 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth of game 4. Let's see what we can get. Masunda, step through, inside, kicks out to Oldham. That'll be a foul on the floor. Okay, smart foul. You don't let Masunda get to the line. Bad foul. Look who's coming in.
Yep.
So it's a darned if you do and darned if you don't, Ronald.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go for it here. So
do you just throw everyone on the big fella and hope he doesn't get inside?
Well, again, you can't really force all the attention to one guy. Stay with your assignments. Trust your players that they'll do the right thing.
So that inbounds there, smart. To Radcliffe.
Yeah, good screen.
To Masunda. Ball fake. Wants down low.
Yeah,
does.
there we go.
Just go up strong. He does. Can't fall. Gets his own rebound. Goes up strong again. Contact. And he'll go the line for 2.
And again, good work, good effort there by Angerstein to stay with that. Nice hook shot then, was able to work hard, get his own board, and then able to, again, keep fighting and then able to draw the foul. So
and you'll, and a fair bit of banter there too.
Yeah.
It's a nice little, I can respect what you're doing. And misses the foul shot, so that's not a bad foul.
That's not a bad foul now.
That makes it, at worst a 4-point game. He could miss both, get his own rebound though. Doesn't.
Yep.
Makes it still a timeout to give for either side. 90 seconds just about remaining in the fourth here. It's a 4-point ball game, 69-65, and I'm losing my voice. We'll see how we go. Bestwick, Yule wants to go inside again. Can't, nearly loses the handle. Dump down to Dolliver, doesn't matter. Masunda gets that one. And Dolliver sticking with him. Hands him over to Bestwick. So Masunda tries and recovers himself.
Yeah,
he slows it down. He's got 15 seconds.
That's
and makes that pass.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
And that'll go through. That'll go to the line for 2. I don't think Young can believe it.
No.
But, it's a smart move. Force him to get to the line.
And again, they're utilising their big guy as well too. And that's been absolutely great to see. From a basketball pure standpoint, we haven't seen that in
a long
time.
It's a perimeter-based game, and it's something we saw earlier today as well with Mike Carina. with Wynyard, so Angustine misses the first. But using that big guy, using the advantage, I mean, the difference being the Grenadiers are being physical, whereas, the younger fellas probably aren't sort of used to having to counter it. He missed both. Young gets a rebound.
So in the end, that's not a bad foul from Yulden.
It's a very good foul. However, they're in the bonus with a very capable shooter. Young's falling out of bounds. He's just jacked that one up. And we've got trailers. Let's see what we can get. Angustine.
Oh, yeah, good pass.
He gives his own alley-oop pass. Follows it through
he gets
himself.
his own tip. Good. And timeout.
A timeout is given. So that's I don't know.
That was not again. That was the right play down this end. Like throw Radcliffe the mini alley-oop, and then he's done a good job. Then I won't stand there. I'm going to follow that in.
It's just a smart move.
It is.
Be fair, if you're the tallest player on the floor and you get easy run to the hoop, you know what you do, Ronnie?
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't, because I've never been the tallest player on the floor.
But the only thing I kind of didn't like there was Young rushing that shot. I wish Youngie might have just pulled that one out a bit, get a quick set, find a quick drive, or another shot. Don't throw that one up. There was plenty of time still to get a decent score there. So just... I'd rather Youngie pull that one out.
Yeah, step back, think about it. Yeah. No, I'm with you too. But, of course, in the context of the game, it is a 6-point game. Grenadiers will have the ball. You would assume that's going to be an advancement of the ball.
Yeah, I can't see Jeremy Hill
but I also wonder too that with running the big guys, if you're going to run a big guy, would it be worth, if you're running with the big guy, would it be worth potentially seeing the floor and not giving them the advantage to wall up and get an easy tip out in the transition off that half court? I mean, at least if it's full court, you've got to make him move. If it's a half court, he can stand stoically all he wants. There's no defence.
You got to make him move. I mean,
And here's the issue. He's about 7 foot.
Yeah, he's a tall lad. Like as I say, we might have to get him for as I said, an interview at some stage. I think JB, and we'll get to know this guy.
Good luck. That's not bad. Good give and go. Justin, get the camera on it though. That would be ideal.
Yes.
So Dolliver's going to go up inside, and he's going to get deflected. Volleyball with a shot. They haven't fouled it. They're still not fouling it because I know what they're going to do here.
No,
they're not. Actually, I thought I did, but they're not.
So I think.
They're just going to hold this out. They're going to avoid the foul. Yeah. I see what Alex is. Yeah. Oh dear. You got to make a legitimate play at the ball, which Alex was doing. I must say, I've never seen everyone on the floor stop, look at the ref, and the ref go, fair enough.
Foul.
That's got the old Queenie days about it, Ronnie.
That does, yes. That does.
No blood, no foul. Masunda misses that one. Young gets the rebound.
7 points. I think we're safe here, Jobo.
We would have to assume so. Tracy McGrady's not here. That's a long two, no good, and he's just going to clear it out, the big fella.
There we go.
That'll do us. Get it over the timeline, boys.
Yep. There we go.
There we go. He's not, is he? He did. That's just disrespectful. That's just unnecessary. Percentage. Anyway.
And Alex has got to inbound in because they do stop the clock for full FIBA rules. There we go.
So that'll be full time on a disrespectful step back three. That makes it 10 points, but it was a better game than 10 points describes, Ronnie. 75-65. Wolves get the win. A big dunk fest there by...
It was.
Ollie Angustine. That's a big dude. That's a big finish.
He's a big fella.
He's a big dude. And he plays it. He understands where the physicalities come from. He takes it with a smile. And, my player of the game, honestly, Ronnie, he's the difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one. And, he's... just looking at him right now, he's a tall dude.
Zara's hand just absolutely disappeared there.
Yeah, and he's just having a chat with the refs. Like I say, I think the more he plays down here, and it's good, and he's good that he's playing in this state league, and I think this will be a good lead up into next year where if he really takes up basketball on a full-time basis, I think, he's certainly one to watch. But, he was really dominant today, just dominant down low and did a really good job as far as, being a good presence down low block. Got his teammates involved when they overplayed him, got some good looks. Still, credit to Grenadiers, they hanged around that game, and that game was never over until about, as we called it,
Probably
when it
about
was
45 seconds to go.
Yeah. So, really good match up there. Nice one. Low scoring. I mean, that's about 130 odd points in total.
Low scoring, but I mean, compared to our other games. But
Yeah.
I mean, the physical side of that game is what really told the story of that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
And, it's something we haven't seen in quite some time as well, too. That strong physicality, just strong, bang down low, kind of right at you. So, it was great.
So we're only given 4 minutes on this one. We'll have a
Right.
quick little spell here. We'll be back with our final game of the day. 4 down, 1 to go. We'll be back with you shortly.